You know that feeling when you've done all the research, you've gathered all the information, and somehow you feel more stuck than when you started? It's this bizarre paradox where the more you know, the less you do. Well, today, we're going to talk about a really powerful idea designed to fix that exact problem. It's called the confusion reset.
Wow, it hits the nail on the head, right? All that thinking and researching and making lists, it feels like you're getting somewhere. It feels like you're making progress. But then you hit a wall, a tipping point, where all that work just turns into noise.
So, first up, let's really dig into this idea. What exactly is this productive confusion, and, more importantly, who does it actually affect?
Now, the source material is super clear that this isn't for just anyone. So for the next couple of slides, I just want you to ask yourself, hey, does this sound like me?
Okay, so this is for you if you're that person who's, you've done the homework. You've read the books, you've watched the videos, you've listened to all the advice. You're not starting from scratch here. You absolutely know what you could be doing. But, and this is the crucial part, despite knowing all of that, you're just stuck. It's classic analysis paralysis. You're completely frozen, trying to figure out which of the 100 things you could do is the one thing you should do right now. If that's hitting home, then you're in the right place.
All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Now I know what you might be thinking. Great, another productivity hack, another planner I have to fill out. But that's exactly what this is not.
And I mean, the source could not be more clear about this. We are not going to solve the problem of having too much information by piling on even more structure, more lists, more rules. The goal is actually the complete opposite.
So instead of more planning, we're talking about a mental reset. Think of it like hitting the reset button on your brain. It's a process of subtraction, not addition. The entire point is to quiet all that internal chatter so you can finally hear the signal. We want clarity, not a longer to-do list. And this, I think, really lays it all out. When you just do more planning, what do you get? More lists, more deadlines, more information overload. But a reset is going for a totally different outcome. It's an emotional state. The whole point is to feel quieter, clearer, and ultimately relieved. And that's actually the perfect lead into our next part here, the promise of clarity. So if the end result isn't some perfectly organized planner, what is the actual, tangible thing we're trying to achieve with this reset?
So let's get down to it. What's the end game? What does success actually look and, more importantly, feel like after you do a genuine confusion reset?
Okay, so the outcome isn't a checklist, it's more like a three-step feeling. It all starts with feeling quieter as all that mental noise finally starts to fade away. And then, from that quiet, clarity starts to emerge. That's step 2. And the final step, the source calls it feeling oddly relieved. You know that feeling? It's that deep exhale when you finally realize, oh, of course, that's the next step.
All right, we're coming up on our last section, and this might be the single most important piece of advice in this whole thing. It's a really critical warning about the biggest obstacle you're probably going to face.
So what is it? What's the biggest roadblock? What's going to get in your way?
Well, it's not what you think. It's not some external force. The call is coming from inside the house.
And there you have it. So simple, but so hard to do, right? When your brain is overwhelmed and confused, it craves a quick fix. It wants to jump to the answer, to skip to the last page of the book. But the source is so clear on this. Resisting that urge is the work.
And this is the big idea I really want you to walk away with. That frantic, desperate need to rush, to skip the steps, to find a shortcut, that isn't you being productive. That is literally the confusion talking. It's the problem itself pretending to be the solution. The real work is in learning to slow down. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Can you start to recognize the voice of your own confusion when it's telling you to hurry up?